to jump on real quick and talk about unplugging for better balance. So before anyone has a panic attack, this is not a permanent unplug from technology. It is a scheduled, timed, your choice unplug from technology. But let's take a look at it. So is it really necessary to be connected 24/7? I think it's fantastic how technology has brought us to have the flexibility and freedom to do anything, work from anywhere. As a home-based business owner, it's fantastic that I can be connected to my customers, my challengers, my family, and stay connected and not have to wait for the next event to happen to see people or family. The weddings, the babies, whatever they may be. Technology is fantastic for that. But I do think it can rob the balance of our lives. Okay? So think about it. Back in the day, we weren't connected 24/7, right? When we left work, we left work. There was no connection. The boss, our coworkers may have had our home phone number, but we rarely got a call. And now we're connected. Phones, texts, Facebook, whatever. And it's just exhausting keeping up with that 24/7. It's bad for our brains, it's bad for relationships, it's just bad for our overall well-being. So we know that multitasking, trying to do 5 to 10 things at one time, is bad. It's a bad idea. We know it's not the best way. We know that when we try to do those things, they're not completed. We don't put our best foot forward when we're doing 5 to 10 things at a time, and things end up being half-assed, right? We also know that the stress from the day, we need to step back, take that breath from the stress of the day. It's kids, it's family, it's pets, it's committees, it's events, and, work tied into that. And our bodies and our brains need time to recharge. Staying connected prevents that relax and recharge for our bodies and our brains. And our brains especially need that recovery time to retain new memories and not forget things. I joke that I need a Post-it note to remind myself of things, and it could be because I'm not unplugging enough. So we know it's exhausting. We know multitasking generally doesn't work. I can't think of a time that it's worked for me, but if it's worked for you, fantastic. I love it. So how do we do this? How do we unplug? How do we find better balance? I know I spoke previously about unplugging for a better night's sleep. This all ties together. So my tip is to create your own schedule. Okay? Is it you are going to take a break at lunch and leave your phone at your desk or in the car and take a walk for 15, 20, 30 minutes? Is it you're going to shut the phones down, charge them overnight in a completely different room and not on the nightstand, an hour before bedtime, 2 hours before bedtime? Is it that you are going to take the kids to the park and play and no one's going to have their phones? The phones could be in the car in case there's an emergency. Is it you're going to plan a day with the family and no one is going to have their phones, even if you're at home? Is it planning a full day of not touching our phones, right? So the tip is to create your own schedule. Find that time. Decide, maybe one night it's only a half hour before bedtime. Maybe the other night it's an hour. Another night it's an hour and a half. Another night it's the whole night. Like from after dinner until you go to bed, you don't look at your phone. You don't check Facebook. The world is not going to end. Trust me. But see what it does in how you feel about your days and how you feel about being present and with your family and your friends. And speaking of friends, it could be simply, the phone is in your pocket when you're out with friends. It's not on the table, it's not in your hand, but that's another way to unplug and find that balance. So I'd love to hear your tips. If you found these helpful, please share with your friends. And I would love, like I said, to hear your tips, comment below, and I will talk to you guys soon.